Today is another dream come true. I got Nana Boss and Matt from Supernatural Spectrum and Nana Boss Continuum. And I am here at Torreya, right in the center of the Garden of Eden, where life began. We've talked about this place so much. And this is where Stacy's got his famous footage. Donnie's had some crazy encounters. Yeah. Could you tell us a little bit about the magical tree here?
The Torreya tree. In this vicinity on the Apalachicola River, Hardy Brian Croom, pioneer Florida planter and botanist, discovered one of the rarest coniferous trees, the Torreya taxifolia circa 1835, and named it for Dr. John Torreya, prominent American botanist. Only 4 other species exist, but they are in the widely separated areas of China, Japan, and California. Croom's promising botanical career ended in 1837 when he perished in the wreck of the steamship Home off Cape Hatteras.
Yes.
Florida Board of Parks and Historic Memorials.
It's legendary. Let's check this out. Let's follow the red brick road to the awesome mansion. And right here, this view is to die for, guys. This is comparable to the Grand Canyon, to anything in Wyoming and Yellowstone. And this is Florida's best kept secret. There was a lot of Civil War encampments on this side too. So all the positive vibes were also equaled with war and tear. Nana Boss has the FLIR camera, so it'll be really cool to see if we can catch something. Yeah.
Of course, right after I turned off my camera.
My favorite trail map in the state. Nice candlelight tours. And the Garden of Eden Trail is about 10 miles down the road, and it's the same plateau. And it says on one of the markers that this is the edge of the old continent right here. So this just used to be all ocean from there on. The very first time I was here, 2 deer walked right through there, and it was all just grass. It was all clear as day. It was truly magical. Imagine waking up and just going out on the balcony, looking over the paradise view. How's it going, guys?
Hey.
See any signs of the skunk ape or Sasquatch over there?
Sorry, what?
Did you see any signs of the skunk ape or Sasquatch over there? Did you know they filmed a Finding Bigfoot episode here about 10 years ago? Yeah, a couple episodes actually, and one of the most famous Sasquatch footage was taken here by Stacy Brown Jr.
I think Bigfoot's sleeping right now.
Yeah, if he's smart, yeah, he's somewhere under a big bush with a lot of fruit and berries. Beautiful view, huh, guys?
Thank you.
Yeah, Nana, they said this was the edge of the old continent. So imagine all that just being ocean. Oh man, it's crazy hearing all the...
Did you hear?
Yeah, the buzzards. I think it was the buzzards
Maybe.
leaping from their tree. But something's below them. Here's a map.
Oh, thank you.
No problem. Yeah, the Gregory House. We'll have to run a ghost box app here and see if we can communicate with some spirits.
Yeah?
All right.
What's up, guys? We're at the Gregory House right now, right on the edge of the Apalachicola River. A huge sacred spot. There's a lot of Native American villages, ley lines, convergence, Sasquatch sightings, dogman sightings, even serpent sightings. This is the center of the Garden of Eden. So we have the spirit box. Matt's came a long way,
Yep.
and we're gonna just see what answers we can get.
All right. Let's just start with simple, easy curveballs. Is there any spirits that are here at the Gregory House that want to speak to us today?
Two. Could you please say your names? Paul? Yeah,
Paul.
I heard Paul
I heard
too.
Paul.
I heard Paul too.
Paul, were you a pioneer here? No. No.
Paul, are you a Native American? Paul, are you a skunk ape?
Oh, that was
Paul, are you related to Cain from the Bible?
No. Hey, Paul, are you an earthbound spirit?
Sound like no and a weird sound.
Yeah.
Paul, are you trapped here?
Yes. Do you know this? Do you know Matt? Do you know any of the Sasquatch that are around here?
Is there any other forest spirits in the area?
Dead.
Is there bodies in these hills?
Are there any spirits from any Native American wars that are also trapped here on this land?
Connor. He said
Connor.
Connor. He said both of your names. Matt earlier and then now Connor.
Are you happy us two are visiting you right now?
No. Are you upset that we're trying to speak with you? Are we making you angry in any way? Yep.
Is there anything we could do to help you?
Just listen to
That was
some
weird.
shit, some video. This book came out in the 60s by this guy, and the CIA grabbed it and fucking made it classified till here recently. The book was about the day the poles will shift. This guy theorizes that there's been like 9 advanced civilizations before us, and that every single time the poles will shift.
It's like every
So
5,000
the
years.
planet's spinning at
3,000 years or
1,000
so.
miles an hour, then the
Goes.
poles shift, and the planet stops, right? Stops spinning,
Yeah.
but all the water keeps moving. And there's like a 2-mile high fucking tidal wave, and the CIA fucking snatched this shit, and then they released parts of it, but it's quote sanitized, you know. It's fucking crazy, dude. And he was talking about it every time it sends us back into the Stone Age. At this park here, this used to be our group camp. We'd have activity right up in the bushes here, bro. but fucking, you see that tree?
Mm-hmm.
There's all of those trees around, you know?
Yeah.
You couldn't fucking, then my tent caught fire and fucking burned down right here one time while I was asleep in it. That was a fucking crazy experience.
Who's a couple members who have camped here? I know Mary Ann Grant.
Yeah, Marion, Josh Watson, we got this skunk ape.
Mm-hmm.
He's been here. He's been here a lot with me. Trying to think anybody else. Fucking ton of people, man. We used to have big camp outs here. It'd be like 30, 40 people, you know. It was fucking great time. Then we'd split up because the park's huge, you know, and go in different ways. But yeah, some really, really cool stuff's happened. It's a shame that it's not the same anymore. Bums me out because this used to be like my favorite place on the planet.
Yeah.
Like I had a tree that I'd go, and it was just a log that laid down, and I'd lay on the log and just take naps that you could look up, and you could see right in the sky. It was like a circle out of the trees, and it just pointed straight up. It was fucking great, man.
That's perfect.
Like,
That's
I used to
cool.
fucking smoke and just lay there and like recharge,
Mhm.
you know?
Get
Let-
grounded.
Let nature do its work.
Yeah, man. And I'd sit out there for fucking hours, just not do shit. Take my guitar or whatever, you know.
Yeah.
All gone now. All fucking gone.
Sad the hurricane tore up so much. Changed this area forever.
Yeah, but you know, as I was talking about the cataclysm
Yes.
that resets the planet, the hurricane reset this forest.
Mm-hmm.
Now we have the little growth that's popping up, and with this little growth, because when the canopy was here, you didn't get a lot of undergrowth because of the shade, you know.
Yeah.
So which didn't leave a lot for the animals to eat. But now you've got this undergrowth, they eat a lot of this shit. So it'll bring in a lot more wildlife. It'll do better for the wildlife. The problem is, it's hard for us. There ain't no fucking trails. I mean, you can't really just, like, 'cause back in the day, you could just walk off. It was fairly cleared out, you know?
Yeah.
It's like being up in, like Missouri or fucking upstate Michigan, man.
Oh, it's just roads and
Just-
roads and trees.
And fucking just open canopy, like, you used to never be able to see the river.
Yeah.
Pretty sure that's a fucking river right there.
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
Damn sure couldn't see the Gregory House. I'd like to go hunt that shit.
You actually just were.
Were you?
Yeah, we were sitting
We had
there
an
with,
EVP session going
yeah.
when you called. I almost didn't answer.
No, it was perfect timing too, because things were starting to go a little crazy.
We were calling our
were.
neighbors and shit.
Were you
Tell
able to go
Stacy
inside?
about it.
No, we just fucking pulled the chairs up together.
I got a photo of some bitch in the window up there.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, like we're sitting there,
I was scanning the windows.
family photo, taking it with the kids. You see the curtains closed in like 3 of the pictures, and then like 1 of the pictures, the curtains draw back and you can kind of see a person, and then the next picture, the curtains back closed again.
Huh.
Can't wait to go
gnarly,
through
dude.
my footage.
That's when you see and hear everything that was just waiting to be revealed.
Yeah.
Give them permission to show themselves passively, and that's what they'll do.
So I sent Joey the French box tonight.
Yeah.
What we gonna try and build.
Oh, okay.
We could do something like that. That's got just really neat and shit.
Yeah, yeah, for sure, man. The Ouija board thing was cool. Didn't really work, give us a message, but to be able to get everybody to stand up around and kind of start the chant was pretty fucking cool. I didn't think they'd do it.
Hey, they were trying.
They were trying, man. Some of them were reluctant, but
The drum was working. So.
I think maybe earlier show, starting it around 8,
Yeah.
so that way it wraps up at 11. We had 2 people leave right at 11. It was the only 2 people left during the show, and I think that's because we were going over time. So that night, me and my dad got the footage. Those things followed us all the way up to here.
Really?
Yep. We were here when we finally stopped hearing it, which you can see how close we are to the Boy Scout camp, you know,
Yeah.
and you were hearing it right out there, fucking right down in there, and that's where it stopped. You know, we were so determined to get the fuck out of the woods, at that time. I still didn't know what we were running from.
Yeah.
Your dad was just
yeah, he's like, go.
your dad was coming up for every reason to get out of there.
Oh yeah, and it was up until I got in that parking lot and we sat in the truck that I seen it. And I was like, what the fuck are we doing?
Evan D from Occult 45 podcast, he came here with me. And we saw a bear footprint. We got some pretty good pictures of it off the trail of the Gregory House near the encampments.
Oh, okay. Are they still there? The Civil War?
Yep.
Little thing? Cool.
Yeah.
I was worried about that.
Then another guy sent me a report at one time. He was camping here and a Bigfoot pushed down on his tent.
That's the same shit that happened to me in my first encounter. Fucking thing, we were sleeping there and it's pushing down the top of the tent. I guess they don't realize what it is. Yeah, they don't understand what it is that we're sleeping in.
It's like a weird layer too, you know,
Yeah.
that they're trying to figure out.
They know we're sleeping in here and they hear us fucking sawing logs. But they can't, get to understand it. Should leave the damn door open next time people come in.
And all the activity at the Bridges house, you know, that's not very far from here.
That's like 12 miles as the crow flies.
And then Ocheesy Pond, where the wild man was captured in 1873.
Yeah, what's that? Like fucking...
Right across the river,
Yeah,
basically.
it ain't far
Yeah.
from here neither. Like this whole area, a very rich history of skunk ape sightings. Actually, this is the same area where the term got coined.
Skunk ape.
Yeah, some golf course around here, they seen Bigfoot run across, had a stripe on its head. And then I took a report, I believe, David Becerra, the guy that owns the museum.
Tennessee.
He took the report, and then I got in touch with the witness. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe that one had a stripe on its head as well. Huh. But that was like a 2014 sighting,
Wow.
2013 or 14, something like that. And that was right down the road that you come into this place.
So either he was
Coming
really
from,
old.
like, Hosford.
Yeah, Hosford.
Yeah.
And Hosford has a lot of stuff because Toloja Creek is right below that.
Toloja, bro. I got sightings from Toloja. They talk about the monkey man in Toloja.
Yeah, and the goat man.
Yeah, see, like, I heard the cat man from, like, you know when you're in Bristol and you take, I want to say it's 12, but you go down towards Sumatra.
Yep.
In between there, the fucking cat man.
And I did a report at the Weewaw Cat Man, and that's the same
That's
plateau.
the same spot,
Yeah,
dude.
that's so crazy.
That's how you head to. We will hit you anyways.
Howdy guys, good to see you. Go Devil Rays.
But yeah, that Catman report kind of fucking threw me off because he's like, you seen Thundercats? I was like, yeah. He's like, it was like that, except the thing was naked.
Oh my gosh.
I was like, what?
Beast.
Like, what do you fucking do with that? And this is when I wasn't even into music, or I mean into Bigfoot. I was a musician then. I was actually staying with a buddy over there that lived in the area, a guy named Carl. And he's like, because I was camping out in his yard. We were playing a show in Panama City, and he came out to show with us and shit, and I just stayed out in the yard, camped out in his yard, and he's like, hey, there's a fucking cat man running around here. I was like, what? Get the fuck out of here. And he's like, no, I'm not fucking with you. He's like, I've seen that motherfucker across the road. It's also because they've cleared. This whole trail was blocked.
I gotcha.
So that's probably some tractor pull off. But all these trees down from the hurricane, unless
this
they drop
gorgeous
some.
magnolia tree just by itself,
Yeah, made it.
perfectly fine.
And that old fucker right there is perfectly fine.
Yep.
But then you had some other ones that just way healthier, didn't make it.
And yeah, the Apalachicola River goes all the way to the Apalachicola National Forest, which is the greenest area on the American map. So you gotta think that, I think the creatures are coming from probably the Appalachian Mountains, the Appalachian Trail, keep going down to Georgia, hit this area, they keep going south.
So if you look at the reports from around the Helen, Georgia area, up by where the museum is.
Mm-hmm.
That's the start of the Chattahoochee River, which the Chattahoochee River flows all the way down the state into Lake Seminole. And on the other side of that, of Lake Seminole, becomes the Apalachicola River.
Yep.
I have believed since I got in this game that those fuckers are coming from up there and traveling all the way down the river, going all the way to the coast. Because there's sightings down on the coast too.
Yep.
You know,
Shell Island has
Yep.
has a famous BFRO one.
the problem with it is once you get down here, it's like it's hard to pick up on what season they would come down here, because it makes sense in like Washington during the fucking cold months. All these things are headed towards the coast because you don't get the snow, right?
Right.
It's still cold and you'll get a little bit of rain, but you don't get that fucking snow and it freezing. But with here, it's fucking, it never freezes. You
Right.
know, it's like,
What's
when
making
would
them
you
move?
be coming here? You know,
Yeah.
like, and what's the fucking point?
Right.
Like, are you coming down with the Yankees?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, maybe it's some kind of like huge family regional type of thing. You know, like that region comes down once a year to mate and
Right.
converse, you know.
And
Yeah.
it may also be there's no pattern to it. It's
Right.
just they're fucking
they just travel
traveling,
like
you know?
humans, you know.
just like, hey, fuck, we'll walk 15 miles a day.
Yep.
You know? Ain't got shit else to do.
Bloody Bluff. You let me know about the Dogman sightings there.
See, the sighting that I got from there, a buddy of mine, he heard something outside the fucking tent, and he thought it was his daddy, because his dad and mom were in the fucking tent next to him.
Yeah.
And he unzipped the fucking tent and said this thing was there, and it screamed in his face, like 2-3 inches from his face.
Whoa.
He described it like a wolf, right? And this was 2012, right? Ain't nobody talking about the fucking Dogman in 2012.
Right.
Right, that's a fairly new thing. But he described the fucking Dogman. He didn't describe a skunk ape. I took it down as a Bigfoot report and thought, hey, he's just scared. You know, his mind was filling in the blanks there, so he said it had a dog-like appearance.
Right.
He fucking may have very well been talking about a damn Dogman.
That's crazy.
You know, so because back then there wasn't nobody talking about this Dogman.
They didn't know what to compare it to. Yeah, they would have said a werewolf if anything. And he described it as a wolf, kind of.
I don't know why this people have now started thinking that Dogman and werewolf are different. I don't think they are.
Right. I don't think so either. There might be different variations, might be different types, but
Right.
But a normal person scared in the woods, you know, they're gonna describe it probably as a werewolf.
And where would if this Dogman, like because it's weird when you get into these like cliques, like with the Bigfoot clique, you got some people believe it's paranormal, but you got others that are like, nah, it's an ape. And the Dogman is a lot of that shit too. They want to think that it's not a werewolf.
Mm-hmm.
What reason do you have to think? Like, people have talked about fucking werewolves forever. Like, that is the thing. Probably been talked about longer than Bigfoot.
Right.
You know, at least by the white man.
St. Christopher.
Well, those fucking people that Marco Polo went and talked to.
Yep.
They had dog heads, you know? Fucking crazy shit, dude. But yeah, hey, maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's the fucking Dogman werewolf thing, and maybe it's not a person changing into it, but I still like to believe that's what's happening. It'd be like a skinwalker. You know how the shaman will call on the skinwalker to protect the tribe.
Yep.
Maybe there's some witch or something putting a curse on somebody, and what shows up is a fucking werewolf.
And I've heard, and I know you've heard from like the high level Satanists that they say, you know, you could transform into a vampire or a werewolf. There's something to it, you know?
Oh yeah.
It's all energy.
It's shit that we forgot about.
Yep.
We've been led to not believe, which is a problem, you know? You look at things like the way Nikolai Tesla was just railroaded.
Mm-hmm.
And man was on to some me walk you back to where we were camped and then walk you up to the site?
Yes, please.
Alright, walk through the whole thing.
March 11th, I'm speaking up near Talladega, Alabama, with Jonathan Odom's group. I was there last year and it was awesome.
March 11th?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Flat Rock and I are going up there.
Right on.
Last time I had some kind of poisonous reaction on my foot and all of them wanted me to go to the hospital and I'm like, nah, I can't afford that.
This is the Torreya tree, right?
Mhm.
So if I'm not mistaken, this is the tree they talk about in the Bible, correct?
Yep, go for wood.
Go for wood. So it was used to build the ark. It only grows in the Garden of Eden. And my brother, here we are. Here we are, good talk.
Where life began.
Yes, sir.
And this place inspired my first book, Eerie Swamps, Road Trip to Eden.
So before all that, you walk down this creek. I tried to get to it, but it ties into another creek. This is actually called Rock Creek. It ties into another creek that runs out through the Apalachicola River, and it's fucking beautiful. But funny story, I found some tracks, right? And I looked at Josh and I was like, hey, these fucking tracks are fresh, bro.
Uh-huh.
And they're human tracks, I guess. You know, a Bigfoot track, human track.
Hominid.
Hominid, how about that? I fucking follow them. And they go up this hill, and I see the bushes up there. I was like, look at Josh, he's like, be quiet. Because I was like, it's sitting right there, or whatever the fuck it is. Two fucking lesbians up there going at it, bro.
Oh my gosh.
They was at the buffet down there.
Wow.
And that one girl picked her head up over the bushes. I said, see ya. She's like, oh God. And then I heard them giggling and shit. I was like, all right, let's get out of here.
That's hilarious.
That's funny.
I'm sure Sasquatch was nearby watching the show too.
Right?
See that they found more traces of the ark. Mount Ararat. The what? Oh, the
Ark of the Covenant?
no, not the Ark of the Covenant. Noah's Ark.
Oh, okay. Where'd they find that?
Where the Bible says it. Nice cat.
People just discredit everything, man, no matter what. The Bible has a lot of shit. But did you know there's 40 flood stories?
Oh yeah.
There's 40 different civilizations talking about a fucking flood story.
What's the oldest one?
Rock and Connery.
Yeah, man. Basically, they seen at the top of the mountain all this weird shape. So archaeologists are digging. Oh fuck!
You all right, Nana?
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm okay.
You all right?
Yeah. It just, I put them
Yeah, it was big.
Oh, yeah.
You all right?
Yep, I gotta get my shoe back.
You fell gracefully.
Did
Are you
I?
recording?
Well, that's
Yeah, I was recording. I hope I got it.
Thanks, guys.
I like the camera might have went up though because I was like,
You sure you're
I
all
was
right?
jolted
Yeah,
too.
no, I'm okay. I just,
Yeah, she literally did get caught.
Should've brought that fucking boat paddle.
that's right.
Nana's a
Sure you're
trooper.
all right?
Yeah, I'm okay. Yep, I'm okay.
Nana Boss Continuum. Boots on the ground. Ass on the ground. Elbow on the ground. That's how it's done though.
Yeah, I did it gracefully, right?
Oh, you're not the first, not the last. I've busted my ass. I'm sure Stacy has too.
Well, it's weird because it's not like it's soggy, but it's like so slippery too.
Yeah, all the
Put
leaves
that
have some
clay
have water in them.
Watch out, there's some shit over there.
There's some what?
Shit.
Where? I don't see it.
Luckily, I don't see it either.
Oh. Unless I already stepped in it, Connor.
Yeah.
That could have also happened.
Yeah. That one time I was playing tennis and I stepped in human feces and I threw out my shoes.
Oh.
I was scarred.
Oh. Well, I guess if you really can't hold it, I guess, but clean it up.
Right. Go in the grass.
Right. Yeah, my best friend is, she played tennis during youth home. And her husband is a tennis pro.
Oh wow. I love tennis.
He's one of the very few people that ever beat Federer.
Dang.
Yeah, he has his own little Wikipedia page.
Oh, that's awesome.
We love to joke with him. I've met some big tennis stars.
Andre Agassi, Pete Sampras, any of those guys?
No, not those guys.
Hey.
But a lot of those, all of the guys that have been on the world tour,
Uh-huh.
yeah.
You guys are in the right location.
Yeah.
Tennis Coast. Right below the Space Coast.
A lot of people are transitioning to pickleball though.
Pickleball?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I used to work at a bowling alley and we were going to install a pickleball court, but then the hurricane knocked us out. I've never played pickleball, but it looks very cool. I love ping pong.
Oh, I like ping pong. We had a ping pong table when the kids were younger.
Oh, that's awesome.
The drop off is still the same, right?
Yeah.
So this may have been it. It just looks a little different now. Because of the fucking storm, everything's gone. Like my girlfriend and our first date, she wanted to go Bigfooting, so we come out here. We were asleep over there in the tent. The coyotes went off. And then they fucking went off and they were closer. And she wakes me up. She's like, hey, fucking coyotes. Or what is that? And I was like, chill the fuck out, they'll leave. But she's like flipping out. She's panicking, they're close. So I'm like, oh my God, I'll get up and start the fire. So I kicked up the fire and she comes out the tent and now they're close. And she's standing like where you're at. And I'm sitting here and the fire's there and it's up. And I'm talking to her and I see the coyotes just start filing in. I'm like, oh fuck, they're surrounding us. Right? there was a fucking den right over here. Didn't know I got their ass, but we'll talk about that off the record. But they fucking circled us and shit, and she's panicking. I'm like, hey, it's all good. All I have is a dive knife on me, like my scuba diving knife. Yeah. And then there was a fucking like it wasn't the rest of them, but they fucking shut up. It had happened to me earlier in the night, and when I met her up there in the parking lot, walk her back down here, told her, and she's like, hey, quit fucking with me. I'm like, no, seriously, there's something down there that scared the shit out of me. And she thinks I'm playing. And anyways, I had to call the ranger, and they came and picked me up. They came out here, and as soon as they got here, because the dude knew me, he's like, where is your gun? He's like, what are you doing calling me? It's like, you come out here and stay all the time, what are you doing calling me? I was like, bro, I wouldn't have called you. He's like, yeah, whatever, where's your gun? I was like, I left it. He's like, this is the only time you've ever not brought your gun? Because usually I walk around and had a fucking 44 Magnum on my hip. They're all cool with it.
Yeah.
And nobody said shit, so it was a hell of a night. But yeah, we were out here, we walked in, camping, grilling, you know, playing some music, hanging out, and the fucking knock started, you know, after about probably an hour or so, I guess. I don't know, I hate throwing times on things because like people hear you talk on a podcast.
Then
And
if you don't say the same
exact same
fucking
time, yeah.
time, it's like, bro, I'm guessing, man. I fucking smoked dope, son. I can't fucking remember everything.
Right, how long did it take for us to walk down here?
Yeah.
I don't know, 15 minutes, an hour, I don't know.
I'm not fucking watching a clock. You know?
Such a beautiful spot.
Oh yeah, this is nice. I want to come back out here and camp. I just haven't had an opportunity, but I want to come back out here and see if they're still in the area.
Do it sometime soon.
Yeah,
Make it a thing.
make it a thing, man. Get the group planned out before it gets too fucking hot.
fucking do it like that.
Huh?
Not even do it like that. We'll come back here. Well, I told you. I don't know if you remember.
Oh, I was just gonna
But I wanted to
get
shoot
some
that
out.
Panhandle
That's awesome.
Monsters one about you.
You just put your fucking weed on that?
No, it's just tobacco.
Oh.
But I'm gifting a marble and this cool little glass piece that I found as well.
Somebody's about to roll a fucking fat one.
Yeah, yeah, I wish.
Puts it on the fire, but what are you doing?
I have gifted a pile of cannabis over by the Chipola River, and some people comment, they're like, "You're just wasting weed." I'm like, go back in the woods and try to find it then, you know?
Right?
It was gone the last time I went, so someone liked it. Either the ranger or the ranger of the forest, the green ranger.
Alright. My mama come out here not long ago, and somehow or another my name got brought up, and the ranger's like, I've been trying to get a hold of him. So I haven't talked to the ranger. You know, but some girl said I knew her. I don't know who the fuck it is, but I used to have all these rangers around here that would call me and be like, yo, we had to pull somebody out of the woods last night. I want to get out there. Yo, we found a 16-inch track. You know, it was cool. Like, the relationship I had here before the storm come through was fucking amazing. You know,
Yeah.
they give me permission to do a lot of shit that nobody else had permission to do.
Yeah.
Right? Hey man, we're gonna camp way the fuck in this spot of the park. How can we get there, and can you take us? You know, and then they would, you know, pull their...
Well, because back then you thought you were chasing a monkey, right?
Yep.
Did you ever get any EVPs or anything like
I
that?
didn't do nothing like that back then.
No.
I was just monkey chasing.
Wow.
You know, I didn't think it was anything else. Didn't have no reason to believe.
Huh?
I'd started to see the lights, and I just, that's weird. I don't know what that is. You know?
How many years did it take you of doing that shit before you started seeing the lights?
You know,
Probably 5. I've probably seen the lights for 5 years before I actually was like, yo, there's got to be a fucking connection here. Started seeing the lights more than see Bigfoot, and then started asking to see the lights, and the lights would show up, and then I'd ask the lights to bring in Bigfoot, and then we would have fucking knocks or like maybe foot stomps or like heavy sound like that, growls, you know, weird shit, dude.
Here's the one report that got sent to me from my buddy Doug. He said, I camped Torreya, setting my tent up in the back right at a high trail. Sure enough, about 1 a.m., sticks started popping. The monster was breathing right over my tent. I am sure he could hear my heart beating. Then he walked to the next campsite and removed pot lids, looking for food. Earlier that night, our hunting group could see biggie heads sticking out of the ground. I found there were 8-foot deep creek beds they were using to follow and watch us. Fun, fun, fun in Northwest Florida. And I'm sure that report happened right here. Doug Waller.
Doug Waller, what do I know? He's a Bigfooter, ain't he?
Yeah, and he reached out to me after I came here when Matt Moneymaker told me, you know, this is the area that I need to be researching, right in the woods, right down there, you know, in the creek.
Yeah. Fucking 20, 30 yards to the film site.
Oh, right down the other way?
Right back, yeah, right back up. But right before we came over that little bitty bridge.
Yeah.
That's the film site. So.
And you guys filmed 1 or 2 episodes out here?
We did one, and they had like aired a behind the scenes, you know, but there was the Bridges episode 2.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Which same shit. Like this Rock Creek, it runs into Flat Creek, which runs all the way up to the Bridges property.
I drove right past the Bridges, you know, right in front of where their property is yesterday.
Yeah.
And that whole area is so squatchy. And Jack actually saw a Black Panther recently. And I know you saw a devil horse demon, and it chased you right at the High Lie place the one time.
That was a fucking real horse, though. There wasn't no fucking cryptid. That was a real fucking horse.
With a vengeance.
He tried to kill us.
Yeah.
Had that barbed wire not been there, it'd have fucking stomped us.
I've never heard this story.
We're at that highlight building, and so the locals would drop their dead cattle in the back field back there. So it's a fucking boneyard, right? And so we would go there and post up and wait for shit when there was new kills out there. And we're out there, and we're looking through the therm and I see this horse, and he's got his head down and he's flashing his tail back and forth, whipping his tail back and forth. He runs a few circles, and then he fucking runs off to behind the highlight building. I'm like, alright, I don't know what that was about. And then I just hear like horses running. And we look back on the thermal. This motherfucker done went around the highlight building and got like 4 or 5 of his friends.
Wow.
And they're all fucking hauling ass towards us. I'm like, bro, they are running towards us. We gotta get the fuck out of here right now. We start running, and a lot of the horses drop off, but that one fucking horse is just determined. And so there's a barbed wire fence we have to jump to get into the woods. We're trying to get across it so quick that I go across, or no, Josh goes across first, gets caught on the barbed wire and falls, which makes me fall. And then my buddy David actually walks over the top of us to get over.
Wow.
And so we peel off of that fucking fence, and that horse comes to that fence, and it's like pressing on his chest. That fucking horse was so into stomping us to death, or whatever, you know. He didn't want us in that fucking field.
Yeah,
That shit was insane, bro.
And the highlight place is right across from like the Bridges property where they've had Sasquatch, Dogman,
I was
and
fortunate to
extraterrestrial.
hear Josh Watson's encounter story.
Can you tell about it?
Yeah, he did. I would love to have him on my show. It's an amazing encounter.
Which what?
The one where you saw the baby, you saw the little ones
Where
at
was
the
that?
Bridges. He said you guys were there doing something, and they were waiting on you guys or something. They were parked. Was it the Bridges? Wait, I'm trying to remember if it was the Bridges or if it was like a cabin that they were letting you guys use.
Yeah.
That one.
Probably that shack on the side of the Bridges.
Yeah, the shack right there. I'm just trying to think of where the fuck he saw a little one. I know we chased a little one once.
Yeah,
So maybe that's it.
Maybe that's it.
Yeah, I don't know. That's the only time I can think anybody saw a little one there. Little fucker was like that tall.
That footage you got of the one like climbing up the tree.
That's right after the fucking sighting happened.
Wow.
That shit was like, I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
It looks like a fucking chimpanzee crawling down the tree.
Yeah, it was really
You
cool.
see it like moving down.
Wow.
Yeah, it's weird.
It's porcupine.
It was moving too fast for a sloth, I think.
I only think we got sloths in the wild.
I don't think so either, yeah.
It could have been a raccoon, I guess, going down, but it didn't have no tail.
You're right.
Oh, it did. There's no sloths here in Florida.
Right.
It used to be giant sloths over at Goose Pasture.
Really?
Giant fucking sloths.
Oh,
dude.
wow.
We're talking like 20-foot tall fucking sloth.
The sloths that were supposed to be in South America?
Mm-hmm.
Same one.
Same ones. And also giant armadillos.
Alright, you're talking about like extinct.
Yeah. That's what they say the rod bender is in Mariana. It could be a giant sloth. So that's pretty wild.
Well, I heard somebody the other day, and she had a really weird encounter. But she talked about the orbs, you know? And she said she feels like they're not.
Yeah, I don't know if it was like a kid or something, but it was like an echo out behind her. It's like, woo.
Well,
And
when we first
she
pulled
thinks-
up here, it was completely silent, and now something is fucking pissing those birds off back there.
Oh, yeah.
That's far off.
But she thinks that the orbs are communication.
Could be.
I don't know. I never heard that or even given that a thought, you know, until she said it. So it was interesting. That's why it's so important to kind of like collaborate a little bit, you know, talk to other researchers and.
Problem is you'll have people that are absolutely full of shit,
Yeah,
crazy,
this is true.
and so it fucking dilutes everything. I like hearing stories,
most part, I fucking bank everything I know on shit that I've seen firsthand. You know what I mean? Not saying anybody's wrong.
Yeah.
I just haven't experienced it yet. You know, like Les talks about the telepathic communication. I'm not saying he's a liar. He's not lying to me about it. He has nothing to gain. Actually, he has more to lose. Yeah, he has a lot to lose. You know, and he has taken a backlash from a lot of his fans that don't like that he fucks with the Bigfoot shit. However, the story still remains. You know, and just because they haven't telepathically communicated with me, and maybe they have. Maybe I thought it was my gut. Intuition. You know, women's intuition. Supposedly there's tons of different forms of mind. People just don't know it. I covered it up the other day. I can't remember what it was. Somebody was saying something about dog man or something. And
Oh my god, we just went silent.
It's kind of it was silent when I started looking at it. It's kind of weird.
I was like, these are the people that talk about telepathic, telepathy, mind. I was like, that's what you're fucking dealing with, bud. We have to reinvent the wheel every time there's much talking about something. Well, because it has to be catchy, man. Marketing. The fucking government's looking at telepathy.
What you guys gotta do is fucking control the narrative.
Nah.
Yeah. Because you guys
Let's
are
take a
doing
look.
something brand
Oh, no, I'm
spanking new
good.
here.
Want to take a look, Nana?
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, so you always have these people that are like, they're full of shit, yada yada. You're always gonna have that.
and we didn't bring the 4K binoculars, did we? Because Matt doesn't have his pack on.
Yeah.
And he had a Donnie on his chest. Okay, well then that, I think that's the place that
You think I should get the flare out? The battery's going dead.
You could if you wanted to. I don't know. It'd be cool to scan that whole hillside. You might be able to like
Get enough,
see some
have
color,
enough.
you know.
Yeah. Let me go grab it.
Cool. I got my rods too if you guys wanted to.
Did Donnie ever live in Maryland?
Not that I know of. No.
Yeah, I got my rods
Okay,
too.
so maybe it's a different Donnie, but they both had the same similar southern drawl. And then again, I don't know Donnie, but because I was like listening, there was a Donnie on Mark Zasky's show.
Yeah, that's Donnie.
That one is Donnie, but Mark Zasky's not the one who did those Dogman encounter shows though. That's a different one. That's a Donnie from Maryland.
Oh, okay. So maybe that's where I was. Yeah, that is because I was trying to listen to it. So I wanted to hear Donnie's Dogman. I've been looking more at Dogman in Florida, and Zasky had one on. They were holding like what he
Steady.
Dogman hair, but you know that old man.
Can you point to Connor, please?
That's what it was. Oh yeah, you want to hear something funny?
Yeah.
He said, I went out with him one day.
Thank you.
One of them was fucking
Can you point to where Matt and Stacy are right now? They're behind me. Thank you. Open.
Right.
Close, please. Rest. Can you show us where the point? I'm sorry. Can you please point to where the Sasquatch are?
Yeah. Right.
Towards the sound. Towards the creek.
Rest. Rest, please. Thank you. Can you please point to where the Sasquatch is right now? Behind us.
Him?
Can you point to where the Sasquatch is?
Yeah, straight up. Like this dude.
I'm saying this direction. Right there. That one's
So this guy came down from Maryland.
Are there any other Sasquatch here? Yes or no? Whoa, yeah, that was strong.
To go on this expedition.
Rest, please. Thank you. Are there any other Sasquatch here?
All kinds of thermal gear that's like government level
Yes.
gear, all kinds of weapons, like fucking guns and shit. Yeah, and
Are there 2 Sasquatch here?
and
Yes.
he
Thank you. Are there 5 Sasquatch here?
made everybody
Did
show
you
me
hear
their
that?
ID.
It's a crazy echo. A
That-
roar.
An emergency
Sounded like a roar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Close,
CIA
please.
fucking ID.
Thank you.
So here
Right towards the gunshots too.
Here the balls to show you that one.
Some sounded like we heard a roar that way, and then just a gunshot too. Pretty crazy.
Huh. Yeah, that
Close,
was
please.
and then
Steady,
the
please.
bridge is fucking
Thank you.
computer. You get the
Can you
fences
point
on
to
the
the
computer
bus
for like $6. Fucking straight hack cars, shit, go through a computer and like
Connor, look.
files and shit.
It's saying there's one that way and one that way.
It's
Still.
spread eagle. That's awesome.
Close, please. Close, please. Ooh, too much energy right now. Close, please. Thank you. Yes or no? Thank you. I'm gonna say yes. Close, please. Mm-mm. There's too much energy. There's
Dirt gravel road.
Mm. I don't know.
He might be fucking crazy.
Lot of energy. They're moving. That's why. Look, they're moving. They're moving right now. The one that was over here and the one that was over there.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I got my EMF detector right here in the high density skunk ape area. See if we get any readings. We've been hearing some strange roars in the distance, and the birds are still. Really alive. Got my EMF detectors in the trees, trying to see if it gets any activity.
I'm gonna go get my is there water this way
Mm-hmm.
and water that way?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that's what
Pulling it.
could be
Yeah, we're kind of
messing with the energy.
There's definitely creeks, and then there's
Right
the
there.
big river.
That we okay.
Yep.
All right, I'm gonna go grab my thermal.
And there's caves too.
Oh, there's caves here?
Yeah. And there's an abandoned roller coaster cart
Uh-huh.
that Marianne found. A bottle dump.
Wow.
Yeah, a lot of cool.
A lot
Cool
of neat
spots.
stuff here.
Yeah,
I love the energy though. It feels so good.
I know. I wish we could flash back in time before the hurricane, but this is good enough, you know?
Yeah, man. It's still nature. It's still getting out and getting grounded. You know what I mean?
You're right. It cleanses the soul, the spirit,
Yes,
the
it
body.
really, really does. It really does. Something has definitely spooked all those birds.
This place definitely turns into a jungle at night. It's a big drop off down there too.
Yes, it is. Doesn't look like it, like on the screen. I'm fine. No, not getting nothing. Nothing.
I know they've seen some huge pigs in this park before too. That'd be good eating for the big man.
It sure would.
We turned the lights out, and there wasn't all these little trees. It was just fucking palmettos, but they were all at least this tall, you know. And we eased our way on up this fucking trail here. That's about it.
but we were fucking hearing them. Like, especially once we got, I'll tell you about where it was. We started hearing them running on the right, on to the left.
Yeah. Especially at night.
Yeah, can you imagine trying to navigate this at night?
It's just nerve-wracking thinking something could really just like rip you from the side.
Because they can get close. I mean, this brush before the hurricane is just right up against you.
Right.
Probably.
That's pretty cool.
That is pretty cool.
Looks like a face at
It
some
does.
angles. Yeah.
It does look like a face.
It's seen some things. That'd be something. Matt, me, and Stacy are on the round table.
Yeah, it would be cool.
You'll be in the crowd like, I know them. Shoot, you're even a candidate for the round table.
No.
I'll take you over some of these peeps. You're active, you know. You might not be in the field every week, but you're definitely doing radio shows, talking to witnesses, spreading information, and facilitating. Being a group admin ain't no joke in these day and age.
True.
I get a little offended in my group because everybody posts like 3 things a day, and then I post once a week in there, and it gets
Bogged down.
fogged down. I'm like, guys, this is my group. Don't make me turn into a dictator.
Yeah, right?
No, I'll take my L. It's a nice little incline.
Uh-huh. Oh, I
Yeah.
almost went. I almost closed my hand on all those briars.
Yeah. That'd be worse than falling on your butt.
Well, it just, this was such an impromptu hike. I mean, I didn't bring my boots. I didn't have... Not prepared.
Help them on down that part. But yeah, it was just like they were running down this creek, man. Like, everybody sees the footage and they think, oh yeah, you filmed the Bigfoot. There was like fucking at least 4 of them,
Surrounding you.
in my opinion, because we were hearing stuff off over here, we were hearing stuff off over here, and then so we got to like right here, and Dad thought that there used to be a game trail that was right through here, right? And it was pretty beat down, and it went up that way, which is where we were standing. But we thought, Dad had actually thought that we were on the marked trail, So that's what made the recreation a little difficult. Because to be honest, we didn't know where the fuck we were at.
Yeah, it's dark. It all looks the same.
We're walking in the dark, and then you had something like that, and you're trying to remember something. Just difficult.
And that cave that you guys have found footprints outside, that's outside of the park, like on the edge?
Yeah, it's on Aspalaga Road.
Have to check that out one time.
Yeah, hell, we should get up. I'll take you back there, man.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
It'd be hard to find the fucking cave if you don't know where it is.
Yeah, I've like tried to, you know, GPS it, look on maps, and
Yeah.
go off of what you said, and it's dang near impossible.
Yeah, it's maybe a hole in the ground like that you drop down into,
Oh, wow.
and then walk.
Oh,
And you're walking in this cave, and it's like a crack canyon almost, right? At parts, and then at other parts it's closed in, and then you come out the other side, where it looks like a legit cave entrance.
wow.
You know, so
Definitely gotta see that one day.
it's pretty badass. It's not that big, you know, but it's definitely something to go look at.
Yeah, it's different, and it's shelter, so something might be using it.
So we were right down in there, and it was, the problem is everything's changed now, but where this tree is, I want to say this is the spot. Hold on, don't hold me to that. 'Cause there's like a damn natural, and this is it, my bad. So the tree was right over there, and that gap it crossed was right somewhere up in there. But yeah, see how this kind of funnels down into a little ravine here? That's where it was, but we were down there, and that thing crossed. I believe the gap was right here, but it crossed, and it went back to the way we just came. That's what freaked my fucking dad out.
It was in between you and the truck, yeah.
Yeah, and so then we run back and run to the camp and tore everything down, started heading back. But it was cool. It was as we were walking down this way, we heard it running down this fucking ridge. Boom, 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 boom. And then it just, boom, like, it was almost like it jumped, you know, and stopped, because I guess it's seen us. You know, because that was the only thing. It was absolute, dude, you couldn't see a hand in front of your face. This fucking thing was watching us.
Wow.
So we know that's the only thing you learn out of it. They can see at night. No doubt on that. We already knew that, but you know what I mean? It was odd, man. It was one of them fucking moments, dude, and that was...
And at night, yeah, and it was even thicker back then. This would be a jungle.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think I vaguely remember this tree. It's been so long. And then everything's changed because of the fucking storm.
And Cliff and Bobo, that's exactly where they did the reenactment.
That's where he tried to cross, and he looks like a little gummy bear. If you look at the side-by-side comparison, yeah, thing's like a foot and a half taller than him, and Bobo's big.
Big boy, yeah.
Big old dude. You
Wow.
know?
Especially back then.
Yeah. So that was a funny story. We were out here filming the show, and I'd left my cigarettes at the truck, and I thought Matt Moneymaker smoked still. And I was like, hey Matt, let me get a smoke, bro. Left mine up at the truck. He's like, oh, I just quit smoking. But hold on, I'll get you a cigarette. And he said, Colin, approach. He tells this man to approach. And I'm thinking to myself, oh, right, that's fucking super rude. Right? You know, don't tell me to approach. Like, I'm gonna fucking slap you. And he fucking, Colin's like, yes, sir. And he's like, give me a cigarette. And he opens his pack. He's like, oh, I've only got 2 left. He's like, all right, I'll take both of them. You can get some later. Takes them from him and gives them to me. And I was like, well, that was one of the coolest fucking things I ever seen. But, you know, I was just like, damn. And you got this little wiry little kid, you know, young guy. And he just had to give up his last 2 smokes.
Come on, let's take a picture.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Oh, we're all getting in? Oh. I can feel it, especially, man.
Oh, yeah. Because the energy here is lighter than even down at the campsite. Like,
Yeah, it was.
This is like.
You can feel the moment in history almost.
Yeah.
It was fucking cool, man. And until we have another film site, this is it. Somewhere around here, you know. But maybe one day we will.
That would be fantastic.
That's why we're at it.
Yeah.
I doubt it though. God forbid I get another piece of footage. Cause like, who has 2 pieces? So, you know, nobody will believe it. They'll be like, oh, but yeah, oh, he got another picture of Bigfoot? Yeah, right. Yeah, fucking right.
That's where you just put it underneath my name.
Yeah, I had to give it somebody else. Be like, hey, somebody turn this in to me.
This is the story. This is how I took it.
You have to hope for the story to a real video. Just to make it seem believable.
Yeah, so pretty.
This is in Florida up here.
I know.
No sugar sand. At least right here. You go over by the damn stone bridge. And you get you a nice fucking sugar sand walking there.
So what do? They leave the wood for you?
Yeah, you just towed it down there to your campsite.
That's so cool that they do that.
Yeah.
So you don't disturb the wildlife here, you know?
Right. Well, I think the main reason they do that is because the copperheads.
Yeah.
When people get bit out here, they get bit in the hands because they're picking up shit off the ground. Copperheads are extremely hard to see.
Yup.
Especially at night. Huh.
But yeah, then when we started walking up this trail, those motherfuckers were following us.
Matt, you still remember the feeling when we were on the golf cart going to Flat Rocks to the camp?
Oh,
When that thing was like running along to the right side of us, yeah.
Yeah. That
I just remember we just shut up just because it's like, now we're going out there for about 8 hours, so we're not going to stir up within the first 80 seconds.
Did he stay out there with y'all?
You won't.
He won't.
You won't.
He wanted us to stay like closer to the house the second night when Tyler wasn't there.
He was big enough. 'Cause we didn't have a gun up there. Yeah, please stay up here. Come on, we're like, nah, man, we got this shit. Oh yeah, we'll be all right. 3 a.m. in the fucking tent.
Yeah, and then trying to jerk one out and fucking.
You know, I wish that was the story. I wish.
Curious creatures.
Yeah. I wouldn't know something. I was the son of a bitch.
What you think it was?
I don't know.
Lifted your tent off the ground, right? With
No,
you in it?
lifted me off the ground.
Oh, your tent
Levitated me into it.
You ought have fucking left right then, bro. I'd
Yeah.
have been like, hey, get the fuck up. I don't give a shit. You drive your own car?
I did.
Yeah, I'd have left. I'm gone.
We left pretty early in the morning.
Yeah, we did.
I hurt my back the next morning too. Wonder if that had something to do with it.
Yeah, we did.
Really bad, like I could barely walk.
Damn. Yeah, and then we went to Bellamy Bridge, and he's walking around down the trail to Bellamy Bridge like.
But at Donnie's the next day, adrenaline kicked in and
Yeah.
I was good.
That was another
Those
fucking
road
weird place.
trips are fun, man. You'll never forget them. Anytime you go to like multiple spots over a few days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They show you your true self.
Yeah, it's a good way to like bond and have a memory with somebody that you'll never get again and you don't get every day.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
It's what we do it for.
Around and picks it up and runs out the fucking house and she falls out. But yeah, it goes into a lot of that shit. And the way I'm gonna do it is a trilogy. So the first one's gonna be supposed to be set in like the 90s. The second one will be set present day, and then the third one is gonna go back and be set in like the 1800s,
That'll be awesome.
like Okefenokee Swamp.
Oh yeah, the
that
attack.
whole massacre.
Yeah,
That's what the third one's gonna be about.
that's so cool.
And I may put the Ocheesy Wild Man story in that as well. You know, maybe they capture one and that's what causes the massacre.
That'd be sick, like retribution.
Yeah. But it's supposed to all happen in the same neighborhood, just, you know, 50 years apart, 100 years apart, you know what I mean? Like,
Hopefully some kind of deep layer, like
yeah.
that brings something's bringing the Sasquatch to that area. To
Right.
you know, yeah, that's so cool.
Yeah, I think maybe the second one will be the encounters that's happened up here. Maybe my first creature script would be that.
Bay.
Yeah.
It's 500 acres.
I've been a lot out there.
You have been out
Oh,
there? Oh, okay.
I've been
'Cause
out
I tell everybody who goes hiking out there, there's two things you gotta watch out for. One is for the ivory bill
Yeah.
woodpecker, and two is the skunk ape.
I love it.
I
Spread
made
the
the
good
hike
word.
through there a few times when the water's up,
Yeah.
as it floods during the winter, and the Choppy River floods that area out, and that hike through there.
Mm-hmm. I don't know how many times I've been through there. Well, that's my section that I got to take care of.
Is it?
The last time I went out there, no water at all.
Yeah, it's great when there's no water, but if you go out there when it's flooded and you're by yourself and you're like, hey, I'm gonna hike it anyways.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not the smartest thing to do. I remember I was about halfway out there and I'm like, bro, if a gator gets you right now, it's done.
Now, I haven't seen any alligators, but I did take some people out there. Well, with the COVID, it was before COVID, so I guess 4 years ago. And we were probably at that point knee deep in water.
Yeah.
And we're going up over. Anyway, there's two trees, dry land. I get up, I step over it, and I'm looking for the next blaze.
Right.
And I said, oh, there it is. So I step over and I step down into the thing. Guy's wife was right behind me. She stepped right behind the head of a cottonelle.
Ooh.
And he went, don't move, grabbed her and pulled her back like that.
Wow.
And I'm going, what's going on? No, I stepped right over it.
Yeah. The thing about Bradwell Bay, like we were camped there. I think it's Monkey Creek that runs through there. If I'm not.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep.
Dude, there were so many mosquitoes in the summertime. You could
Yes.
do this.
Yep.
And just whole handfuls.
Yep.
Like no joke. You had to have the damn screen over my face.
Wow.
And it's not the snakes, it's not the water, it's not the hike. It's can you mentally handle the
All the bugs, all the time.
all you hear, man, for just like the days we stayed out there. I'm like, oh my god, I gotta get out of here, dude.
And that noise is like something.
it's
Yeah, they don't even have to
annoying,
touch you
bro.
and it still gets you. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's something else, man.
Bradwell Bay has a recent story of black-eyed children. So if you see little kids coming out of the water and they're
good on
asking to
that.
play, nope.
I haven't seen them any. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's so many, like, because there's the guy the ranger that run the one over, that was at Bradwell Bay.
Wow.
The report that I got there. And, you know, I don't know why they call that Monkey Creek.
Right when I was GPSing it, right when you said, I'm like, yeah, that's the place I was researching.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
It's, but it's got the name Monkey Creek for something.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, that goes over there, and where the Sop Choppy goes
Yeah.
across in there. That used to be the UFO bridge.
Really?
Us old timers call it the UFO bridge because some guy wrote a story on the guardrail.
That's right. I remember that. I
all the way
remember
up.
that.
Now it's all gone away.
Yeah,
now.
that was when I was a kid. That was out there because my daddy used to. We used to fish bait them woods back in the day. Staub and iron. You know, you grunt the
those-
worms.
Yeah.
And then we drag the ditches for crawfish
Mhm.
because we'd run trout lines, and that's what we used for bait.
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
And yeah, there was a UFO thing right on the bridge there.
Yeah.
I forgot all about that, dude.
Yeah.
I forgot all about that.
There's a UFO story or something.
There was a story of that was the guy wrote on there saying a UFO came down, and the story went all the way along the guardrail here, and then it went on to the other side.
Yeah.
Wow.
Cool, man.
That's so rad.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wakulla County
He must
lore,
have
bro.
been very inspired to write that.
Ah, really? Yeah.
That's
Just
crime.
wonder what kind of mushrooms he got in.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
Yeah. Well, pleasure running into you again,
All
man.
right,
I'm,
thanks.
I'm
Nice
Connor
to meet
Flynn.
Okay.
Nice to meet you.
Matt,
All
nice to
right.
meet you.
All right.
Stacy Brown.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you,
Glad
bud.
you all came up.
See you soon, man. What a day. Thanks for the tour, Stacy. Big time, bro. This was a bucket list.
Let me get out the damn house. I was honestly probably still be in bed the way my knee's feeling. My left knee ain't got no cartilage in it.
So I took 3 BCs before I got out of the damn car.
What the hell are these BC things?
Headache powders.
Oh, okay.
It's like 1,000 milligrams aspirin and caffeine, and they're all ground up. So straight into the system. You gotta eat the
Powder.
So the only thing that was missing was some Reese cups and some powdered donuts.
Yeah, and I'm thinking that it might have been that Ohio Frogman that did it too.
No, I went in through the back door, but I did see the trunk open, but I saw the camera in Matt's gear, so I was like, he's gonna grab it.
He
But
must have left it open.
yeah,
'cause,
well,
like,
he didn't.
yeah.
He didn't grab his gear because he heard that it was
Yeah.
gonna be like a shorter trip.
Yeah.
Then it ended up being quite a walk.
Yeah, yeah, it was.
But nothing missing.
No,
All
nothing
good. I should have said
Thank
something,
goodness.
but I thought he was gonna grab his bag.
Down south, it would have been a whole other story.
Yeah.
Car would be stripped of tires.
Yeah.
It's sitting on brick.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm Connor from Bigfoot Anon, and I'm always on the hunt for the next big adventure. When you're on the trail for long hours, you build up quite the stench, enough to drive any skunk ape or yeti away. Luckily, I'm on the quest now for the solution to all my problems. Yeti bars. They do exist. Available in tons of different scents and fragrances. Check out YetiBars.net for more and use my code BA10 for a special offer. Clean like a beast. Yeti Bars!
The flesh of the unguided and non-believers fuel this void.